What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy Charles, host of the Houston Unfiltered podcast that we have here, and we are breaking some breaking news. Now, the NFL has increased the salary cap, as everybody has seen, and what does that mean for the Houston Texans in itself? Now, what it could mean for the Houston Texans is that we can go ahead and have an opportunity to extend their extinguishy. We got an opportunity to go ahead and re-sign Stephon Diggs, but before we even get into that, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below. Make sure you guys give this video a good thumbs up so we can get it, circulated through the whole network of YouTube and things of that nature, so more people can come in and join the family right here. So we're going to get into it about how the NFL has increased the salary cap. Now, previously in the last previous NFL cycle, the salary cap was budgeted around 254 million. Now, with all the new TV deals, negotiation, contract works, the NFL has now bumped the salary cap from 254 to 279. So now in that instance, you're going to have teams like the New Orleans Saints who are trying to get, out of their dead cap hell that they're in. You're going to have teams like the Bengals trying to re-sign everybody and keep everybody now that you get this extra $20 million. But what does that mean for the Houston Texans? Now, the Texans, what I believe they should do is three important things. One, we need to go ahead and extend their extinguisher. That should be the number one priority right now for our football team. Two, we need to go ahead and re-sign Stephon Diggs if we're going to do it. But if we're not going to do it, then we need to go ahead and get Cooper Kupp in here so they can go ahead and revitalize the whole Texan room. Because you don't want to bring in a receiver closer to the freaking draft day or closer to draft time. Um, you know, you kind of want to get everybody in there, around draft time, so things could just go in, smoother into the OTAs and the training camp, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, the third most important thing that I want them to do is I think they should extend Jalen Petrie. Jalen Petrie has been a solid piece on this team. He's played wherever the coaches has asked him to play. He's been very reliable, especially in the defensive scheme. We asked him to play free safety last year, not this previous year, but the last year before that. It wasn't so hot. He had one of his down years, but then we moved him into the box this year, where he originally played at Baylor, and he showed out and he showed up and he played his ass off. So I think that should go into account for something, especially if the Texans are preaching that shit, talking about building a culture, doing things the right way. Jalen Petrie fits that whole standard, that whole mantra. So I think Derek Stingley should be on this team. And I think and I believe that if he is on this team, it just makes the defense 10 times better. 10 times better. 10 times better. Now, with that extra salary cap, it's going to be very important to mortgage out these books, especially in the next 2 years when we got to extend CJ, because Lord knows CJ gonna ask for at least 270 million. So we got to make sure we're allocating the books properly. So when he gets that new contract, I'm assuming the salary cap will be around 306 million. 306 million. So that shouldn't be too bad. Especially when we're paying him all that money and we're, pushing all the money back towards, the back end of his contract. Soft salary cap hits for the next probably 3 to 4 years of his deal. He'll probably get a 6 year deal or 7 years probably, and it will back in half of that money, to his last 3 years. And then he'll probably get a new deal. You know how the NFL goes. You get a new deal, you get a new deal. Everybody gets a new deal. So that's probably how we allocate it. But the Texans need to spend this money wisely. We need to go ahead and re-sign the core guys that fit our team and make us a better team. Those are those three players that I just had named. So I definitely believe the Texans are in prime position to strike while the iron is hot. I don't believe that we're in a position where we gotta handicap ourselves or mess ourselves over. We just gotta spend this money wisely, allocate it to the right places where we need to allocate it to, and then from there we go ahead and offload these contracts that we don't give a fuck about, build this roster from the ground up, and then boom, AFC Championship game for the first time in franchise history. But we got to do that shit the right way, because if we do it wrong, we're going to be ass again. We weren't ass last year, but we were very disappointed, especially as fans. But now we got to allocate this money towards other avenues. And that is very, very important. Now, thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in to this podcast again. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. Thank you if you made it to the end of the video. Give the comment section I don't know. I don't know what cheesy thing YouTubers say. Give it a H town down, or H-Town Swarm or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate your help with growing the channel, liking the videos. Yo, you guys are definitely doing your part. And, if it ain't the Texans, F them. I'm out. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm gone.